Give it a respect, let it buffer. All right, what's up, y'all? It's your man Sam Ant here at Viral Hip Hop News. Good morning, everybody. I appreciate y'all coming in and tuning in. Sunday morning. You see, I got my Commanders gear on. We got a bye this week, so I'm in chill mode. Excited just to watch some football, stress-free football, and watch some other teams and wait for my team to get back on the field next week. Very excited about my team. Proud of my team, man. So if you're a Commanders fan, Redskins fan, whatever you want to call them, stand up because we back in the building. We doing our thing. So I wanted to do this yesterday, and time got away from me, to be completely transparent. My cousin and I, we talked about this situation on Friday. Was kind of waiting to hear something from Charlamagne. Figured we'd hear something soon. At the time of that recording, we hadn't heard anything yet, so I was kind of waiting on putting it up. Then we heard something. It was released yesterday in regards to Andrew Schulz joking, using comedic satire, going in, whatever you want to call it, on Kendrick Lamar in response to Kendrick Lamar's line in his GNX album, very first song, where he says, "Don't let no white comedian talk about no black women." That's law. And it's caused a uproar. It caused an uproar. You have so many different layers to this conversation. Comedians should be able to talk about whatever they want. We're going to talk about that. How is Kendrick Lamar having this selective outrage? He did songs, what dude say? He did songs about disrespecting black women. He did shit with South Park. Now all of a sudden it's okay to go ahead and flex your muscles and protect black women when you have an album out. That was said. You have, why can't people take jokes? This woke movement, all these wokish people, which is very cringe, by the way. When white people say woke, it just blows my mind because it's the term and the way they took it left is, it should be studied. But anyway, all these conversations and all these dynamics are coming up, right? And I wanted to get on here because, to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't want to talk about it anymore. The shit's whack. It's corny. How we perceive information in 2024 is completely different. You got people who have fake outrage. You got people who have real outrage. They get mocked because they have outrage. You have the other side that says it's just jokes, it's just this, it's that, and no one's listening and no one's taking it seriously. Now, what I find crazy is Kendrick Lamar says one line in a song, and you got a bunch of hit dogs hollering. Never mentions anybody's name. And when you listen to it more and you realize, okay, if he is happen to be talking about Andrew Schulz, is he talking to Andrew particularly, or is he talking to the people that sat back and laughed and cracked up as homeboy disrespected a group of women that are represented by us and black women? Because that's what he did, whether you want to believe it or not. It's okay. And see, I'm the type of person, right? When it comes to my comedy, when you're on stage, gloves off. And I may not be agreed with all the way when it comes to this. People may agree with me 100%. When it comes to comedy, when it comes to TV shows relating to comedy, when it comes to cartoons relating to comedy, all bets are off. You want to joke on black women, you want to joke on black men, white men, Jewish men, Asian women, Jewish women, white women. You want to not disrespect. You want to joke on handicapped people, people with different sexual preferences, disabled people physically and mentally, people that are tall, people that are short, people that are fat, people that are skinny. You want to go in on them, go in, because we as a society need to learn how to laugh shit off. We do. We need to learn how to laugh shit off. So I genuinely feel like there is a place for comedians while they're on stage and while they have a set to joke about whatever they want. I'm going to tell you why Andrew Schulz did not do that. Andrew Schulz used comedy to mask disrespect. And I'm going to show you where he did it. Because a lot of people get caught up in, oh, he's defending Kendrick. Oh, if this was Drake. No, wait a minute. Let's separate all this shit for a second. You guys are mixing up a whole weird pot that doesn't need to be mixed up. Different things have different situations, right? Don't get into it because you're a Drake fan and because Kendrick said it. Now all of a sudden it's a Drake versus Kendrick and Drake did it. No, y'all, that's stupid. That's dumb. Don't also get into this is a Kendrick Lamar versus Andrew Schulz, because Andrew Schultz's name was not mentioned in that record. Yeah, he may have been talking about the particular topic, and in my personal opinion, I think he was talking about the particular topic, but that doesn't mean he was saying Andrew Schulz should be canceled, Andrew Schulz should be this, Andrew Schulz should be that. Nah. Don't sit there on a dude's platform and allow him to disrespect your people and you laughing and keep keen the fuck about it. That's what he meant. When are we going to stand on something? So now that's woke. So now that's fake. Now you being a fake liberator. Now you fake Karen because he said one line and you done went off for 3 days and we done had people talking about this shit for 3. Hell, I'm talking about it 3 days later. So I'm going to go back and play the clip, the original clip of what we think Kendrick was talking about. And let's just run it back for those who hasn't listened. Then I'm going to also play Charlamagne the God's response after I played a small clip of my cousin and I talking about this situation on our podcast a couple days ago. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and play the clip of Andrew Schulz speaking to a couple of brothers in regards to why black women drive people crazy.
What is the black girlfriend effect?
This is you don't know about
glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend. All of a sudden, he's got buzz cut, like clean shape up.
Glows up, bro.
I like that. I like that. They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends, they
grow a beard because there's
up.
more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of them.
That's hilarious.
I think the black girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Protective.
Yeah. Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite?
We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh really?
We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Who gets
That means white.
Hey, let me give you translation.
Kendrick fans? Get him!
We love them all.
That's royal English for
What is the black girlfriend effect?
All right. So he's talking about the black girlfriend effect. I guess it was this thing going around on TikTok about white dudes getting, fades, getting their hair tapered a certain way, wearing certain clothes, and that was the black woman effect. They get fly as hell when they get with a black woman. That's a joke. It's funny. When you got two brothers on there and you start speaking on black women are annoying, black women are loud, they get gray hair because they're annoying the fuck out of them. Okay, that's a joke. Even though it may not be funny to some people, that's a joke. Because on the other side, I, as a black man, can sit back and joke about white women all I want. That's a joke. That was a joke. Growing a beard so they don't beat the fuck out of you. I don't know if I've never been abused by a black woman in my life. Not even my mother. Not even my mother. My mother never put her hands on me. Any black woman I've ever dated in my life, I had the pleasure of being around. I'm around a million of them. Have never touched me one time in my life. Let that be clear. Here's where he got disrespectful. When you start comparing white women to black women, and you start asking people who was better. Are we joking now? Or are you trying to make a point that you feel like one set of women is better suited for people than another set of women? Now we get to disrespect, dog. Now we get to a point where them brothers should have been like, instead of getting quiet, like, nah, that ain't all like that. My mother is a beautiful woman. My mother took care of my father his whole life. And my aunts are great people. They took care of the village. And when I mean the village, I mean the community. I ain't got to talk about the African village, but just they took care of us. They cooked. They sheltered. They protected. They loved. They nurtured. They got in our ass when we needed them to. But what good mother wouldn't? So now what are we talking about? I got my ass whipped against a white woman before. Just say something to kind of counteract the disrespect, but they laughed. And then you got some sack chasers behind them co-signing. Oh, yeah, this. Oh, when they don't say nothing, that means white women. White men. Why you doing that shit? Why you doing that shit? So when you got Kendrick Lamar coming out saying, don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman as law, that's what he meant, in my opinion. Don't sit there and ha-ha and key-hee while this dude tries to mix comedy with disrespect. I'm going to play the clip of my cousin and I talking on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast about Charlamagne and whether or not he would respond or not, and then go ahead and play Charlamagne's response and then talk about it all. Let's get it.
We gave it a day, he hasn't said anything. But the other part that I thought to myself, I'm like, he tried to take a shot at Kendrick for doing songs with people that supposedly, assaulted people sexually. He talked about Chris Brown.
Here's my thing. I agree that if you're a comedian, you have I don't want to say license because that's not the right word, but you have the license to make jokes about any and everybody. Since when do we police comedians? And by the way, if you don't like the jokes, you have every right to say it. You can rap about it, you can protest about it, you can be offended, you can tweet about it, you can do all of that shit. If Andrew was a person who only was constantly making jokes about one group of people, it would be different.
Yeah,
exactly. And don't get me wrong, there are people who call themselves comedians that oftentimes use it as a smokescreen to just say some really fucked up, dumb, shitty jokes that are probably racist or hateful.
Yeah.
And that sucks, and that's just bad comedy. But if you're being honest, like if we're all sitting here being honest, and anybody even online that knows anything about me is being honest, you don't believe that.
You're equal opportunist.
Exactly. It's like you've seen me make fun of everybody, and not only do I make fun of everybody, I'm going to your house to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like when I made
what do they don't believe about you?
What's that?
What are you saying? Like they don't believe what?
Did I have sex with Kendrick if he wants that?
Shut the fuck up.
No, he's gonna get sexed up.
The fuck up.
Because what he's doing is he's flirting. He's doing. It's called what is it? What are those pickup guys? Say it again, because I don't want to say it on this podcast.
Negging.
Okay, yeah. And it's like he's trying to like insult me to make me attracted to him. It's like, yo, it's working, and you might get it.
Why do you think he's
You
gay?
might get it. You might.
Sorry, let me unmute my mic. So that was Charlamagne's response. He believes that comedy or comics should be able to get on here and do whatever he wants. He's not mad at Andrew Schulz because Andrew Schulz does not isolate the situation. He talks about everybody. Didn't expect anything different. Didn't expect anything different. And when he had the opportunity, that being Andrew Schulz, to kind of speak on the things that he talked about, I joke about everything. I joke about having sex with Kendrick. He couldn't even remember what he jokes about. I remember I got introduced to Andrew Schulz back in the day. It was probably like 2011, 2012. It was a show called Guy Code. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was on MTV. Had a number of comics and people on there that not really kind of getting their foot into the game. Charlamagne was on there early on. Lil Duval was on there early on, a number of different comics. I think Shorty that does that Netflix show with the cakes, how they make them fucked up cakes and stuff. I think she did it back in the day. And Andrew Schulz was on there. And he had this dry humor and all, and it was funny. I thought that Andrew Schulz was funny. I've never watched any of his comedy shows, but I know he's one of the type of people that goes in like this. He'll go in on anybody. And if you're on stage and you're making light of situations in a joking manner, I probably wouldn't have said a word about it. If you were on a set and your set had something to do with Kendrick Lamar and you wanted to make jokes about Kendrick while on stage, I ain't tripping. While you're on a podcast amongst a group of other people, and I don't know if these people are comics or not, they didn't seem like it. They seem like sack chasers, if you ask me. And you start going in on a particular group of people and then start disrespecting the people and comparing one group of people, in particular, white women to black women, and trying to say who's better, you got to understand and read the fucking room, dog. You got to understand and read the room just a little better and realize, hey, yo, listen, I know I'm a comedian. I know I say wild shit. This ain't it. Let me crumble this up and throw this one out. This ain't it. Unless you genuinely feel the way you feel and the jokes were mixed in with just a tad bit of truth. That white milk in comedy got hit with just a smack of chocolate milk. And it turned that whole comedic set into disrespect, if that's in fact what you were doing, in my opinion. No, I'm not trying to be woke and trying to put any extra situation of sauce on it that doesn't need to be sauce. No, after this, I'm not going to be running my mouth about it for a week because honestly, y'all don't give a fuck. And what I mean by that is y'all may watch. A lot of y'all are going to comment. A lot of y'all are going to have things opposed to what I say, but y'all don't care. Y'all just want something to argue about. Y'all just want something to fight about. And to those who are genuine about it, to those who genuinely care, I tell you, don't take this shit too serious because it's not worth it. You definitely have a voice and you should express how you feel, but don't react to the reaction. Don't do it. Don't overly react to the reaction because you're not going to get what you think you're going to get. You're not going to change a group of people. You're not going to change a group of ignorance because you tell your truth, but you deserve to tell your truth. So if you have an issue with this, speak out on it, but don't go too crazy. Trust me, it ain't even worth the frustration. It ain't even worth the aggravation. But that's my time. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Sam Ant, CEO of the brand Viral Hip Hop News. Oh, what is this? Get that one up. What is this, you ask? So for those of you who have stuck around this long to watch this entire video, first off, I appreciate you. I got something called the Sam I Am Viral podcast. Now, I am not done with the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. That is my cousin. I love him. We got unfinished business, and we will complete that story. So that's not done by a long shot. But I also have a podcast that I do on my own where I talk about my acting career, where I talk about my journey outside of the podcast and outside of whatever I may be doing in my regular life, because I have dreams, aspirations, and goals that I've had my entire life that I've kind of built a platform and built a foundation for me to really attack those dreams and attack those goals. And I'm doing it. You know what I mean? And I want y'all to hear the story. If you guys rock with me, if you rock with the platform for the amount of years that I had it up, go check out the podcast. It's called the Sam I Am Viral podcast. You can find that on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all major online podcast outlets if you want to hear it. If you want to watch it, because I also have the videos up, those will be available on my channel membership. Go to my homepage, click the membership link. You'll see the Sam I Am Viral podcast, $4.99 a month. Click that link, subscribe, join the community where you'll get all of those interviews, as well as all of my podcasts, as well as some live shows where if you are an independent entrepreneur, if you're an artist, you want to share your music because you see me doing a lot of reaction videos, you see me doing artist spotlights, we're going to kind of combine all of those into one nice community. And if you have a product, if you have a brand, you want to promote it, you'll have opportunity to do so there on our live sessions. If you have music that you want to listen to, we might have some dope ass listening sessions where our community can get together, critique your music, gain new fans, gain new followers, and get your music promoted the right way. I'm trying to change the vibration of how we do content. I really am. Because when you look online, it's nothing but drama, it's nothing but bullshit, it's nothing but controversy. And that, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, it fucks with my spirit. It really does. So I'm trying to get a nice balance of me having to talk about that bullshit, but at the same time, talk about what I got going on in my life, going on with my career, and try to help people that are on that same path, on that same journey, kind of hear stories so that they can resonate and they can know that they are in a same position as people who have made it are in. Don't give up. Don't quit. You got it. Keep going. So Sam I Am Viral podcast. You can check that out on all online outlets. Please go subscribe. If you rock with your boy and you want to listen to the podcast, hit subscribe and listen. If you don't rock with it and you happen to be here listening because you hating, go click the button so you can go hate over there. All support is good support, and I appreciate y'all for supporting. So let's get that. The Sam I Am Viral podcast is out. It is live. It is hot and cooking as we speak. So go check that out. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Sam Ant, CEO of the Brand Viral Hip Hop News. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about what we just talked about. Greatly appreciate y'all. Until next time, till next story. I'm out. Love y'all. Deuces.